Good morning, you two, and welcome to our first writing session for the week. Today, you're going to have to make sure that you have all of your fact finding information from our sessions last week so that you can find all of the information that you need for today's lesson. Today, we're going to be focusing on our title and our general statement, and there are a few features that I would like you to focus on, particularly capital letters and sentence boundary punctuation. So when I was having a look at some of your work last week, your ideas and the way that you were structuring using paragraphs was great, but we seem to have forgotten a little bit about capitalising proper nouns and making sure we have capital letters and full stops at the beginning and the end of our sentence. Okay, so I'm going to start with our title, and from last week, I'm going to show you now. I have my plan, and so I'm going to be writing about peacock spiders. So my title, you can see here I'm referring to my structural features. My first feature I need to focus on is my title. So that will be peacock spiders. And I know already, because I've reminded you, that it's proper noun, so I need to make sure that it is a capital. Making sure that I'm putting spaces as well. And I put the S on the end so that my audience knows that I'm talking about peacock spiders in general. So it's a plural, so that's one that you add an S on the end. And you can see that I also didn't start over right across next to my margin because we know that titles generally go in the middle. So I need to have a look at my structural feature list now. And I can see that I'm up to my general statement. So I'm actually going to change colours. You don't need to change colours, you can just use your grey lead, and you don't need to put these the information in your margin either. I just have it there so that you can see when I move on to a different section. So we know now that a general statement includes the animal family and a subgroup, and you can also include the scientific name as well. So I need to actually check my plan to make sure that I'm including all of the correct information. Okay, so I can start my first sentence telling my readers, my audience, what animal family peacock spiders belong to, and they belong to the arachnid family. Okay, now I've made sure that I have a capital letter at the start, and I have a full stop at the end. And I'm now going to check to make sure that I've got yes, I have made sure that my proper noun is capitalised as well, but I'm a little bit unsure on how to spell the word arachnid. It isn't a word that I spell normally, so I'm actually going to underline that word now. When I'm looking at the word arachnid, I can hear a k sound in the middle, but when I'm looking at it, I've popped a letter K there. It doesn't actually look correct. So I'm actually going to use some of the spelling tools that I have around me at home. I'm going to use my plan. I'm going to have a look. Okay, so in my plan, it actually has a CH for the K sound. So I'm actually going to check one more spelling tool that I have just down here, which is a book that I was using for research, and I can see that it also has a CK there. So I'm going to correct that spelling now. And I know that when I publish my writing later on, that if it has the little arrow in a circle and I've made a spelling correction, I need to make sure that I'm publishing the correct way to spell that word. So I'm just going to read because now I've forgotten where I was up to. Peacock spiders belong to the arachnid family. So now that I've got the family, I need to put in the subgroup. Now, peacock spiders belong to a jumping spider subgroup. So I'm going to pop that in. a type of jumping spider. And the last thing that you can put into your general statement, if you like, is the scientific name, which is that tricky one to spell. So I'm going to put that in as well because I remember trying really, really hard to make sure that I spelled those Latin words correctly last week. So I've written their scientific name is, and now I need to make sure that I'm spelling it correctly. So I need to make sure that I'm checking my plan. Right. Okay, now that's my title and my general statement done, and that's all you need to have done today, guys. Tomorrow we're going to be working on the first two paragraphs of the description, um, and then we're going to move on from there. But today, just the title and just the description, just the general statement. Can you make sure that you're focusing on capitalizing your proper nouns and also making sure that your sentence boundary punctuation is correct when you go back and check? Using some of those great editing strategies that I know that you have. Have a wonderful day. Bye.